Okay, we've got some crackling going on. We got some serious crackling going on. Give me a second, guys. My sound is in extra bad shape today. I think I may have too many things open up. I believe I have about 70 tabs in Chrome open right now. I am sure that is draining my PC memory. Give me a moment here. Hey Phil, how's it going? See what I can get away with closing today. I'm in the middle of planning a trip, and so I have like a whole bunch of tabs open, trying to get a bunch of information together. But I'm also trying to run the CK in case we need to bop over, run a fix. And actually, I forgot I can't be in this menu. No, I'm gonna. It's too late. I've been in the menu for too long. Oh, and we got these starter collection tests. Hold on a second. Let's get the game loaded. All frazzled from this sound issue. The crack. As soon as I launched Streamlabs, the crackling hit like unbearable levels for me. It seems like it's calming down now. I think I've reclaimed some memory. Hey, Canuck, how's it going? Daniel Matthews, hello. Wasteland Survival Kit. I am not familiar with that one. Hey, Omni. Carbon Kid, hello. Farmarine, are you talking about this? Are you talking about the... Wait, what's going on? Why is my thing's not working? There it goes.
Crabs!
It was a little bit delayed. The crabs, the maximum crabs. So we don't know the true origin story of the crabs. It came to me spontaneously, and we all just kind of rolled with it. But the line maximum crabs, I do know how that came about. From the charity stream, when I started going off about crabs for, we're not sure why. We also did a thing where we let the audience write the lines for the companion character we were making, and somebody wrote the line, had the combat line, maximum crabs. So whoever did that, I think they're the real hero. And the creator of the the crabdom. Does anybody know who that was? Who donated for the maximum crabs line? I wasn't present for that because that happened during one of Cobus's streams. Got some upgrades going on here. Where are we at with our? I think we were at the point we were about to finish off Commonwealth Rising. I think we were getting, yeah, we're at 946. We're like right on the cusp here of power. I think we just unlocked high tech, and so I had come back here with the intention of switching some stuff over. Start switching some of these power plants. All right, let's go. Wait. Where's our high tech? Did I roll back too far on my saves? I don't think so. Could have sworn right at the end of the last time we were playing this, we hit the high-tech municipal, or we hit high-tech power and high-tech marshal, I believe.
Yeah?
Let's go check a marshal plot. Will sim settlements to be compatible with the modding for trading mods made? Yep, should work fine with them. Hey Kaz, hey Wolfer, Sledge, how's it going? Koger, hello. Alright, let's see. Do you have high tech available? We don't. Did I accidentally not save the last save? Or I wonder if I deleted it. That would be such a bummer. I don't think so, though, because the 946... You know what I wonder if it is if we kept... I saved, did my end of session save, and then we kept talking, and then those triggered after the fact, maybe? Because the fact that we're at... right on the cusp of being done with power makes me think that this is the correct save. You know, I'll go ahead and find somewhere to wait for an hour and see what happens.
Spill it.
Oh, just thinking about a robot workbench.
This is a decent setup you have here. It seems to be working better than
Oh!
else on this.
We just found a settler and started a conversation.
Don't take that to mean I think this place is a dump, though. You know, I'd like to help out, but I do have some work that needs doing first.
All right. I'll do it.
Don't worry, it's nothing terrible.
That's quite the agreement. I'll do it. Haven't heard a thing about it, but I'm in.
A total of 4 rad stag altogether. The meat from those stag is a bit more substantial than tato. So, I'll need you
Oh,
to
the
is
stuttering's back.
the glowing stag once finished. Once the activation signal from that beacon goes, we'll assume them dead and come pick them up.
Okay. Well, we got ourselves a new potential settler here. Alright, now let's try that weight. Still didn't get our trigger. I am very confused. I wonder, you know what we might need to do is redo the... oh wait, that looks like another new settler. Oh no, we did his fertilizer thing a while ago.
Remember the last time
We
I
got
had
Silas
clean
already.
hands?
This plot seems to be stuck. It's had
You know what I call a good day?
this going on for a while. Let's go ahead and refresh it.
One that ends without an empty stomach.
Let's check again. Maybe the building plan still hadn't finished unlocking. Yeah, still no high tech. What is going on here? Let me think. Let's try a regenerate the... We'll reset the cache and see what happens here. Alright, we're gonna go tools, advanced tools, reset building plan caches, yes. Okay, let's let that run. Let's see, who else we got here tonight? Curry, Raven, Bad Gamer, how's it going? Koger, hey boss, are you still toying with the idea of making creations for Sim Settlements 2 on Nexus? I assume you mean the collections? Yeah, I've got those. I worked on those this afternoon. I'm hoping to release them this week. Dog meat icon, why is it green? That is because I must have switched my HUD away from all white. Yeah, if you switch everything over to white, oops, in your HUD. Did not mean to do that. Hold on. So if you switch your HUD all the way to white. Oh, wrong way. I did it all black. All the way this way. If you switch your HUD to white, then the colors of the icons can show through. Otherwise, it tints everything toward that color. I'm playing SS2 right now. It should be running a lot better since with the Anniversary Edition they rolled back the game to a semi-version before the next-gen version. Were you able to get it all downloaded? That was one of the hard parts I've seen people struggle with, is the bug where it tells you don't have enough space to unpack or something like that. What's wrong with her nose? Oh, Amara? I don't know. Maybe she just has a very flat nose. Okay, do we have high tech? I still don't see high tech. I am 100% positive we ran into this. I'm really wondering if
Another day of hard work.
if I forgot to save.
Farming's as honest work gets. It's abandoned.
So I guess, something must have happened, right? And
Well, in the meantime, I can go do a quest. Okay, all of these places seem like terrible places to teleport to, so let's go to Cambridge here. Oh, the clicking. Oh, yeah! Koger, thank you for the super chat. Is there any... Hold on a second. Thanks for you do, boss. Appreciate it. We appreciate that, man. But yeah, and to re-answer your question earlier, the collections are coming. I've got if for anybody who didn't see the last week's stream, working on Nexus collections. They're going to be Sim Settlements 2 starter collections. I realize that navigating all of the SS2 mods that are available can be pretty tough if you just search for Sim Settlements or Sim Settlements 2 in Nexus, or I mean, it's worse in Bethesda.net, but nothing I can do about that. But on Nexus, if you search for it right now, you just get so many results. I think we're coming up on 700 releases under that category, so it's quite challenging to find stuff. So I'm creating some Nexus collections that will make it real easy for somebody new to get what they need to get going. And the secondary benefit of that is, at least if you're using, I'm distracted. If you are using all those mods already with Vortex, and you download the collection, you can use that to more quickly update. Because I am going to set up the collections to be latest version, so that whenever an update comes up, it should pop up. It should make it easy to bulk update everything. And we're going to have a second collection that will have a whole lot of add-on packs, and then a third collection that will include F4SE. Nice. Oh wait, is that our target? Did it just wreck that Rust Devil? It is. Track down, kill the redstone. Okay. Oops. So the third collection will have F4SE, back to scrap heap, a lot of city plans, MCM, and I am planning on launching those this Friday alongside the next SS2 patch. Are you friendly?
Search for hostile.
Did you kill the red stag for me? Oh, the red stag's so scattered here. Got him. Okay. Did one run that far, or was that a different? Yeah, no, there's another one. They scattered in 4 directions. All right. High-tech power needs high-end. Oh, you're right, Canuck. It might be that none of the settlers... Yeah, I forgot about that. The settler requirement. We have not been training high intelligence. Yep. You are correct. So they may be unlocked. All right, we'll check that in a minute. Because I probably have at least one person who can run those, because the companions tend to have pretty crazy stats. Place the beacon on the stag. And that's going to be back on the main stag here. Yeah, if you ever run into that where you're sure you got an unlock for one of the high-tech or advanced and you can't get it to show up, there are 2 ways to force it to show up. One will be to make sure no one's assigned to a plot of that type, because when there's no one assigned, then the all of the available ones for that building class will show up. Otherwise, it will check the special stats of your current assigned settler. And that is probably what's happening to me right now. Okay, we need to find some... What is the beacon called? Place the beacon. Okay, this needs a... This is gonna require... This is gonna be a little fix. I hate when we do this. Have names for things that are not specific. Wait a second, what are these? Oh, junk sculptures. Oh, those are probably from Archibald. We still have a photo of Pastor Edmund I gotta turn in. That's funny. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, since I can't find the thing, is we're going to do this. Help Mara for quest. Show quest variables. Assist to character request. Mara. Black Moon. And let's see. Tracking beacon. Grid FF024. I wonder if it's called tracking beacon. It is called tracking beacon. Okay. There it is. Okay. So what we need to do is update. I'm going to go into the CK right now and take care of this. And call it tracking beacon with capital letters so that it matches. And you're not left wondering, what is the beacon called? Quest objective, place the tracking beacon. There we go. Updated that objective. Alright, and then we'll... Oops. Wrong button. Let's find it again. Nope. We got a misc. I wonder who owns this song that's playing in the background. They're going to give us a little ding. Store this here. There we go. Return to amount. Okay. Let's head on back. Alright, chat, I fell behind on chat here. Let's see. If Marine are all are downloaded, and also will there be a fix for the 9 since the Chrome armor feels uncanny in a way? Eventually there'll be a fix. Eventually there'll be the fix. I don't have an easy fix for it because I don't understand it. And I keep saying one of these days I'm going to, once I have the files handy, I'm just going to ship them over to somebody that does know how to fix them and ask them for a solution. It's either the material file or the base model. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. I just need to send the files over to somebody to take a look at them. But ideally, if Bethesda extends the storage limit for Xbox, we can simply return the missing textures. Because the reason that shows up that way is we've removed what's called the specular map from Xbox. It saves space, but it causes, for certain textures, a little bit of wonkiness like that. Yeah, the sound stuttering is usually because my computer has too much going on right now. Unfortunately, I have a whole lot of tabs open right now. I can actually close some of them. Hold on. Because I'm in the middle of working on a project. Let me see what I can close to score some memory back. And that will hopefully bring things back to life here. Okay, close this whole chunk of stuff. Probably that one. Okay, I just closed about 20 tabs. We'll see if that has any positive impact here. Yeah, let's find tomorrow.
Hi, how are you?
People are exhausted. We need beds around here.
Have you had a chance to kill that stag in his harem yet?
Yeah, I took care of it.
Thanks to you, we were able to pick up the meat and clear a dangerous animal from the area. For now, I'll do what I can to further help these people out. You've done these people a good turn.
Okay, well, you can pile into Starlight. We need more folks. And check us up with some caps. Alright. Okay, so now we need to figure out if we have anybody. Did we already recruit Emily? Yeah, I think she was one of the ones we did last week. Okay, so now I'm going to bust out... Whoa, that guy's flickering like crazy. Let's bust out the Vitamatic. Find some more people who might have the stats we're looking for. So we need an 8 or higher intelligence. So let's check everybody here. If we have any sciencey characters, those are going to be our go-tos here. Also, any companions, they sometimes just randomly have massive stats. And I believe... What's going on in here, Treadwell? I believe we have McCready here. So we can check his stats. What about you, Lily? Oh, she got assigned immediately. Fantastic. Yeah, no, you're not going to work on power plants. Here we go. Archon, what do we think? Archon's got to have high enough. There we go. Okay, so Archon's already at a power plant, so let's see if this one can be shifted. No, not dogwood. Let's shift this guy to high tech if we can. Hey, there it is. Canuck nailed it. That was on me, just forgetting about one of the core settings here. So let's go ahead and run that. When the buildings collapse correctly, it's very satisfying. That's one of those features I wish, if I could find a technical programmer, somebody who's good at 3D art and programming, to improve that system and get it set up in a way where we could have people just run it on their items and generate those. I would love to like go all in on that and let add-on pack authors generate their own destruction. We were close on it, but the script we have was using 3D Studio Max, which obviously is a challenge to get the version that works with Fallout 4, so we ended up not rolling out that project to everybody. And it wasn't perfect. Like you can see some of the pieces there had bad geometry or had like flat planes for geometry, so it doesn't work for everything. We'd have to come up with some sort of solution for that, so it would definitely be quite the engineering challenge, but man, it would be cool if we could make all the buildings destructible. Because the next plan after that, if we could get all the building plans, this is one of those, like, when we were setting up the destruction for the buildings like that, one of the things in the back of my mind was, how cool would it be if we made it so that then during the war stuff, if we set the buildings so that they could be destroyed, like if they took a certain amount of damage from the fighting, that they would explode. That would have made the war mechanics all the more exciting, because then you'd be defending your city as well as your soldiers. Canuck says, Negligent Discharge podcast. I don't believe there's set in stone plans for Xbox content. The team still has to abide by a 2 gig mod size limit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's correct. We're kind of stuck in a holding pattern with the with Xbox stuff for now until we find out exactly what Bethesda's doing, because they've said that they're releasing the ability to go to 100 gigs of space, but we've also seen that the CK has a 2 gig cap on what we can upload at once, which that's not a problem because SS2 is already broken into several things, but the other problem is they've said, at least in text form, like in one of their announcements, that the 100 gig upgrade would only be coming to the Series S and X. And since we have a mix of players still on the old Xbox One and on Series, it becomes a problem for having to maintain yet another version. And on the Bethesda.net page, there's no distinction, right? We can't really release a version for the Series that's not available for Xbox One players, so we're kind of stuck. And that actually might be the reason for the 2 gig limit on a per mod basis, of they don't want Xbox, like old Xbox players, finding a mod and then being unable to download it. Like, that would just feel really bad. So that might be why there's a 2 gig limit on the files, though that also could just be a bandwidth thing or a storage space thing, because Starfield also has that limit, and Starfield's not available on old Xbox. So it's all just theory at this point. So we're kind of waiting to see what Bethesda does with the Xbox space, and then we'll make the call on what we're going to do next. Okay, so I kind of want to find somebody now with high agility, so we can build a high-tech. Let's see, how about you? So we can build a high-tech martial plot as well. We've got a couple of 7s. I haven't found any 8s though. How about you? A lot of 5s. 1713. Alright. Nadine, how about you? What do we got here? 7 and 7. Okay, no dice.
You should know, people have been...
Generic settlers tend to have very low stats. Alright, I think we might be out of luck here for... Oh, wait, here we go. McCready. There it is. We've got crazy stats. Alright, so we can pull him over to a martial plot. I just gotta find if we have a 2x2, because I don't believe we have any advanced designs for 1x1. Somebody else might in the community, but I'm not sure if we have that installed or not. Let's see here. Do we have... Oh, we need some more residential as well. Let's see if we have a 2x2 I can swap out. I know I have the CPD one, but I kind of like that one, so I don't want to take it down. So if we have any other 2x2s we can swap over. This little guy. Oh yeah, that's a jury rig defense. Okay, we can swap that guy over. So we'll build a 2x2 here. Alright, so actually we will just go ahead and scrap you. Alright, I'll get a new one down here. Get this guy wired into the grid. And then let's go grab McCready here. Hopefully he's still stuck. See, the silly settlement nav mesh working in our favor there. Get him assigned here. And then we'll need somebody else to assign to that water plot, because we definitely need it. Alright, and then let's switch this guy. Swap. Choose building plan. We want random and high tech. Okay, give us a high tech. We'll happily pay for it. Yep, we got lots of resources. Yes, please. Okay, and then we need to find somebody to operate this guy here. Who do we got? Let's see. We don't need. I think this is just. Is this advanced? It might be. All right. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's do. Hey, look at that 962 out of 1,000. We're getting closer. Yeah, we need advanced. So we need somebody with at least 5 in perception for this one. Oh god.
If you ain't been up to see Grey Garden, you should go.
How many do you have, Emily? What do you got going on for perception? We got 6 agility. Silas, you should be working a farm, but there's no guarantee. Actually, he's unemployed right now. Okay, we need to get you on a farm. Let's go ahead and do that. What do we got here? Probably this 3x3. Person needs gifted endurance. Oh. Okay. What about this one here? What one is this? This one is advanced. Okay. He should be good on advanced. Alright, did she take over perception 6? I wonder if she ended up taking over McCready's job, which would be perfect. She did! Fantastic. Alright, and now did I leave you unemployed? No, you're still assigned to something. Okay, 954. Yeah, it's gonna juggle around a bit as we move people around. Alright, we need at least one more bed, so let's go ahead and get another multi-person residential so we're prepped for the next folks to move in. Let's see here. Yeah, we can squeeze one more person in here next to the Brahmin farm. Just a little buried in the mud. It's fine. It's fine. Uh-oh. I don't think we crashed because I can hear the sound going. I think some utility or something popped up and took over focus. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find out what that is. Oh no, fatal error. Fallout 4 fatal error. I can't even see it. I can see something in my taskbar that says fatal error. Well then, I guess we find out how long ago I saved. That's interesting. I can hear the sound still running. Alright, task manager. Fallout 4. Ooh, that's interesting. It says that Fallout 4 is running twice right now. Well, alright then. Let's try that again. And we'll see how much progress we just lost. I assume we at least got an autosave when I did Amara's what was it? Rad's Dead quest. So we should be at least good there. Let's see here. Alright, let's catch up with chat while we're going here. Farm Marine was the hardest part of making some settlements too, because it looks like it was very, very hard to make the story and the settlement plots. I think the hardest thing to make was for the systems is HQ. It's still an ongoing battle, like getting it to do what we wanted and like finding a center point. I worked with another programmer for a long time who went by Baron Online, and he coded it in a way that was much different than I was used to, and it took a long time for me to learn his method because he was kind of working in a vacuum on his own, and then I took his code and then made it into the functional thing, so he was kind of working at a high level. That was a big challenge for us. On the quest design side, I think the hardest things were probably the chapter 3 stuff, getting all of that stuff working, like getting the vertibird crash to work, getting the war at the end to work, where you have to assign all your different factions to things. So there were definitely a lot of challenges in there, but I don't do it alone, so that is why it was feasible. Okay, so I think we probably have to redo a few things here. Yeah, we need to. Oh wait, we have the high tech. Okay, we have this already. Do we have the... We might have not lost much progress at all. Oh yeah, look, we've got this building already. Oh, we lost almost no progress. Fantastic. And this is assigned again. Oh, sweet. We lost basically nothing. Knock on wood. Let's build another house, and we'll see what happens. John6176, does Mama Murphy still have 19 strength? I'm fairly certain she does. Unless, like, there's mods that fix that. SS2 can fix it. We have a setting in the holotape. I'll actually show you guys in a second. I bet none of you have ever used it. But I put it in there just in case. Yeah, my bed situation, not good. Not good. We're up to 44 people somehow. I don't know where the 44th person came from. We had 43 a minute ago. So either there was a delay or we got a new... Oh, we have the communication plot, so we're probably getting too many settlers right now. It's supposed to lock on number of beds, but it does not seem to acknowledge that correctly. Sure. got going on, Carl? 6 intelligence, not what we need. Alright, listen here, radio.
Yes? If you ain't been up to see Grey God, you should go.
No, we're looking for some geniuses here. Who do we have? I may have exhausted this pool already, because I have been sending a lot of people to HQ, so. Archibald, what do you got going on? Okay, our power engineer slash junk sculptor.
Protect and serve.
Andrew Knocker. What do we think here? Hey, there we go. We got another candidate. Okay. Let's get you into a nuclear power plant here. Choose building plan. Random. High tech. Confirm trade. Keep this option. There we go. And metal piece just landed on top of him. Pay and build. Alright. Get building, buddy. Alright. Hopefully that's going to push us over the edge here. But we're going to be damn close.
You work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
Okay, let's let him build. We'll see where we go here. Far Harbor Marine, it's crazy how expensive PCs have gotten due to AI. Thankfully, I'll be getting a PC next year since Xbox will be playing with everyone's feelings this year. Well, their whole marketing campaign about everything's an Xbox means then I guess we don't need to buy Xboxes anymore. Negative Discharge podcast. Just know that I love what you create and will continue to support you and your team. That's two stuff my favorite. Awesome. Good to hear it. One day, many years from now, maybe I'll be finished. We'll see. Doesn't look like we're gonna have Fallout 5 anytime soon, so I don't have to rush. I don't think. Daniel Moore, that movie screen apartment is crazy. I love building vertical in my settlements. It doesn't make any sense to build like that, but I just enjoy the look of it. Like, if it wouldn't crash my game every time, I would love to build like this into a ring all around a settlement, to where like the whole thing was a wall built out of houses. But I think if you do that, you will crash real hard, because that would be a crazy amount of building plans. I wonder what happened here with the terraformer. Hold on, let's just get rid of that one. We'll try rebuilding it and see if we get lucky here. Hey, there we go. Slide that in there. Oh, wait. We don't want the grass one. No. Hold on. Actually, I don't even need to build it. I can do it. I forgot we can do it from the plot here. So we'll do 991. Are you kidding me? All right, let's do customize plot. Change foundation. We want a... Oh, wow. There's a lot of options here. Holy cow. Look at all these terraformers. We want this one, dirt terraformer. There we go. Cancel. Accept. Alright, Terraformer, do your thing. Hey, there we go. So we need 9 more power. I mean, I guess I could just build a medium generator, but... Oh, you know what we should do? Now that we've got high-tech unlocked, let me pop over to Sanctuary and see if we've got any guys we can upgrade theirs to a high-tech, and that'll take care of it as well. Alright, to Sanctuary we go. I was just about to comment that the crackling went away, and then it immediately started crackling. Okay, do we have... We do? Wait a second. I thought we got rid of this. What's going on with you, Bodhi? 6 charisma. All right, you're a natural-born shopkeeper. We need to check our power plant guys here. What is this one? This is advanced power plant.
Yes. Crop's been growing pretty good lately.
Who do we got here? You're not even qualified to run this thing, I think. We will accept our good fortune that we got it anyway. I just noticed this floaty stuff here. What's going on with this one? Oh well, we'll just have to ignore it.
I can patch you up.
Nope, I'm good, thank you. Just looking for somebody with decent intelligence here. What about you, buddy? Yeah, you're too low to be operating this as well, but we'll take it.
Crop's coming in pretty good.
Oops.
Yeah?
I guess I've been sending all of my named people to either HQ or Starlight, so not likely we're going to find a high intelligence person. Though I could, so the way those other ones got built is the plot type got assigned before the settler did.
You'd
So
better
just
keep
kind of
your mouth shut
bypassed
about
it.
this place. Can't trust anyone.
Yeah, that's why you're a carabineer. Get out of here. Look at that charisma. Oh, I was going to show you guys an option. Hold on a second. So if you go into mod config, and this is in the city manager holotape as well. Let's see, it's under gameplay. Where did we put this? It's under NPCs. Let's see here. Here we go. Special stats adjusted on unique NPCs. So if this is... Wait a second. Is this one... Oh no, here it is. This one can be lowered. So if you have this set to on, then the first time that unique settlers roll into your settlement, their stats can be re-rolled. We have that off by default, but that's a way if you feel like that you want to get rid of all the cheaty settlers, like the companions, you can do that. Makes them play the game like the rest of the settlers and train their way up if they want high stats. So it's kind of a hardcore option. Popping in Trainer and Sanctuary. I should probably pop one in Starlight, but I'm pretty sure I already have one in Starlight. I might have 2 in Starlight already, but yeah, I might as well. I never build enough rec plots. It's something I always forget to build. Like, you can give everybody a recreational spot. You don't need to build one for one because there's generally they get extra spots for people to work or to relax, I guess. Okay, let's make sure that this gets started here. Somebody should get auto-signed to it in a moment. This place is doing pretty good. I wish our meters were filling out here, but yeah, looks like we may have to force an auto-assign. I see there are some unassigned rec plots, so not everybody's getting it. Oh, we did have, look, we got a library already. So actually I should look at who's assigned to this. Hold on a second. Let's do track owner. What do you got? The barber. Look at that intelligence. He's ready. He's ready to go to work. Sir, you are no longer the barber. You are in charge of this power plant over here. What else do we have assigned here?
Easy living, this ain't.
Says we have 3 people assigned, but I'm only getting 1 owner showing up. See if his job is updated yet. Intelligence training, profession barber. I don't even know where we have a barber shop in here. Or anything of the sort. Alright, did he get reassigned? Does not seem like it. Let's try this again. You are gonna come work 3x3. Okay, there he goes. So this is an advanced. It's at level 2. Alright, so do we have a high-tech 3x3? I would assume we do. High-tech power plant, except what does a high-tech 3x3 look like? Fusion reactor by Pro. That sounds fantastic. Whew. Love that.
You know what I call a good day? One without an empty stomach.
Yes?
Now, this isn't going to push us over, I don't think, because it's just going to create... Well, unless Pra has the building plan set to create extra. It's going to create about as much as the level 2 did for the other type. But we shall see. Went down to 876. Yep, makes sense. So we just nuked a good amount of power here.
Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you
I'm really confused about why this shows there are 3 people assigned to it. And then the tracking is only showing... Oh, and we can have 4 people working that plant? That's fantastic. Yeah, if we can find the other people assigned to this plot right now...
Don't much care for good neighbors.
Let's see if maybe they are showing up on the map. Maybe they wandered off. Let's see here. No, still only showing the one. Okay, so
That
just
place
the...
is nothing but trouble.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Long autosave in a busy settlement. Hey, we got there. Okay, so let's try this. We're gonna go untrack owner. We're gonna... Oops, wrong mouse. Hold on a second. We're gonna click on this guy. Assign actor link keyword equals none. That sounds like a problem. Okay, let's try this. Activate. Refresh.
You know what's funny? A call was offered a person here instead.
City doesn't have a
Still says none. Assigned actor link keyword. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta look this up. We may have a bug here. Assigned actor link keyword. Let's check our scripts for this. Nothing immediately coming up. Let me grab our plot script. Oh, okay, that's normal. It can be none. That's supposed to happen. All right. Let's see. How do we have a? Let me see if I have a function to dump out the actors. Let's see. Dump assignments. There we go. CF dump assignments, and this should dump out into our log so we can see if there's actually 3 or if there's some sort of bug going on here. So let me tab out and see if I can find something in the log files, because this might be a bug we need to fix. Or it could be a bug in my save file, which we have found some of those as well. Let's see here. We want user. Access to plot log. Here we go. Bring this over here. Scroll to the bottom. There's a lot going on here. A lot going on here. Let's see. Alright, there. Beginning secondary assignment details. Dump primary owner C412. And then it shows that these 2 are also assigned. So I wonder if the issue is actually just the tracking doesn't accommodate multiple settlers, which would make sense because I think the tracking is coming from Workshop Plus. So I think that is my problem. So I'll show you. Oh no! Alright, hold on a second. We're gonna do this. Oh, look at that! We did it!
Hey, just want to give you an update.
Alright, I'll show you guys what I was doing wrong in a
all
second.
done, and not a
Figured it
minute
out.
too soon. The other department heads were starting to give me dirty looks anytime I had a brown out. It's not my fault the Karma Ray's such a power hog.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They're just looking out for their department's needs. Same as me. Maybe I should make a peace offering. Wonder if Mansfield likes mute food. Some of Cassandra's equipment got fried by a power surge, and boy, was she not happy. With the wiring here being the mess it is, there'll still be an odd fluctuation. But overall, power should be a lot more stable now. Good job. Say, now that both the power and our computers are upgraded, maybe we could try doing something a bit more ambitious.
Okay, I'm listening.
Well, we could try improving the HQ's antenna. And don't get me wrong, what we've got already is pretty damn good. But I think, with a large enough team, I might be able to engineer some new parts that could take full advantage of the comm array.
There's more to this, isn't there?
Well, yeah, there's, I'm also hoping this might allow us to send out clearer radio signals. You know, so I can send out a message that...
Always appropriate timing for those.
Sure, let's do it.
I'll add the assignment to the board. To you when we do it, but I'd recommend as soon as possible. Anyway, that was all. I'll catch you later.
Okay. Alright, we will do that in just a moment. Okay, so there's two things we're going to do. First, we're going to unequip this. Sure, we'll reload. Alright, we need to refresh because that spinning... The spinning building plan, that is a consequence of... the building spinning like that was because I tabbed out and had something clicked in console, and it's something to do with place everywhere that can happen. I don't know exactly why, but anyway. Bobby P, thank you for subscribing. Alright, so then the thing what I was doing wrong is I was using Track Owner, which is from Workshop Plus. Workshop Plus has no idea about SS2's multi-assignment, so what we have to do is go to here and do Track Occupants. And this will show me our other occupants. Ta-da! So now, actually, we do need this. Let's see. Do we have any other extremely intelligent settlers here? This guard is going to be a genius. Intelligence 5. Okay, no, we need higher. Higher. We need more intelligence. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And I get it. The casino is a lot of fun. We need more. We need some sound in this casino. It's
biggest town I ever saw.
It's not loud enough. Here we go.
Huh?
Hey, water engineer, we got a new gig for you.
Huh?
We'll solve our water problem. Well, I guess we don't need to now, but it does seem a waste. We got all that intelligence just doing water. All right, well, we continued the quest, so we'll leave it for now, but...
Another day of hard work.
But yeah, that was why we weren't finding the other two occupants. Nothing was broken, just me forgetting that Workshop Plus was installed. All right, let's check out this fusion plant that Pra has made. Pra's always got some crazy designs. Every once in a while, you should. Anytime that something's made by Pra, you should poke your head in it and see. Look, what kind of crazy animation he hid in there. He's always got something wild going on. Ooh, I like that with the light. Very cool. My settlement's just full of gamblers. Yeah, that plot definitely needs... Those slot machines need some sound effects. It'd be obnoxious, but that's okay. Because you can just put it in the corner or just don't build it. But it would feel much more correct if it was making a lot of noise. Okay. We succeeded. Alright, so let's talk about Commonwealth Rising. So I think a lot of folks probably run into what I did, which is because I've done this. Happens to me every playthrough of like I just get on a tear going through the story, and then I get to HQ and realize like, oh, I have not been building like mass amounts of surplus in my settlements, and it just takes so long to get enough surplus going. So I kind of come up with a strategy to make it more naturally line up with, because it's not like it's a short amount of time, right? To get to the end of chapter 2 takes a significant amount of time. Like, it should not be unreasonable that you would be mostly done with plot upgrades. So I wonder if the solution will be to lower the requirements to get to high tech, if that might be the solution. So that you get to those a little sooner, you start building those, and then you start to see the massive power output a little sooner. Because I don't know how many hours we're into the save, but if you figure like this file is labeled week 36, and I play every night for at least 2 hours when we play, so That's 70 hours into a save game. Seems reasonable that you should be like coming to the end of the tech tree after 70 hours, yeah? So that might be a strategy here, would be to lower the requirements to get to the higher tiers. I think another one, Captain Laserbeam actually released a patch to do this, is reduced the cost for the recreational to make them more appealing, to make the training plots more appealing. I might need to do that as a default. The original balance intention of that, of the way the recreational are costed, was to make sure they felt like extras, like that you would need to build a lot of other things to support them before you could support the surplus of that. But in reality, I think if people are going to default to having the settler stats matter on, which is the default setting in the game, or in SS2, that you kind of want to encourage people to build the training plots fairly early as opposed to later. And the way the balance is, it kind of pushes against that, because then if you're building up those training plots, it adds a lot of pressure to your food and water. So I could reduce the pressure on food and water to encourage people to build those up more. Although with that, you may not need as much food. I don't know, it's a tough balancing act. We have a whole spreadsheet where we spent a lot of time balancing this out. It's actually public. I don't know where it's linked currently, but it's definitely something I got to sit down and redo some numbers on to try and figure out how do we smooth out the end of Chapter 2 experience so that you don't have to spend quite so much time. Like, I don't mind if folks have to come in and be like, oh, I got to build a couple of high-tech power plants, but if they've got to do what I did, where I think we've spent probably the last 4 or 5 sessions just working on settlements, trying to get our power up high enough, which is not optimal. I think a lot of folks probably bounce off a bit. Technical report for you from my recent GPU install. Shift-Enter is not a new line. Interesting. Yeah, I usually use Shift-Enter if I want it to... Like, I use Shift-Enter a lot to do things like if I'm typing up and I want a... like a not a full gap. Like, I just want like a half... Like, I want a new line, but I don't want it to be technically a new line. If that makes sense. There's a lot of software you can get away with that. Like, if you do enter in... Discord, when you're typing a message, it'll send it, but if you do Shift-Enter, it goes to a new line, so you can space things out. Sure, a lot of Nuka World sounds would work in that plot. Yeah, probably. Would it be possible to force the unlocked settlers to appear at a certain time in a playthrough? Usually get the farm one after I've already unlocked advanced farms. I think that happens because all the ones that unlock the advanced things, those are triggered by having a certain amount of the lower level plot type, like the like Joe Gallagher's who you're talking about. Like, let me look up Joe Gallagher's appearance requirements here. Misc item, unlockable character Joe Gallagher. He is looking for. He is looking for a level 3 agricultural. So as soon as you get any agricultural level 3, he'll show up. You also have to have at least 5 settlements. So maybe I can reduce that. Maybe the number of settlements can come down. Because I think level 3 is fine. You want at least players to at least have the base level plot before they go and unlock the advanced level. But I could reduce his settlement count requirement because maybe that's making it harder for him to appear. Let me check the other guys. So then for water, it is ventilator is the shortcut. And ventilator's requirement. He's got a couple of requirements here. Let's see. He is looking for... Wait, where'd you go, buddy? The Jewel of the Commonwealth complete, so you need to have at least been to Diamond City. And I'm sure that sometimes the requirements we have on these are for story reasons. They mention something in their dialogue or something that's important for you to know to avoid breaking immersion. He also is looking for 1 water plant at level 3, one baseline, before you get access. And his minimum owned settlements is only 3, so a ventilator should show up fairly easily. And then lastly is Archon, is for power. That's the shortcut to get advanced power. And his shows up probably the same kind of requirement. It's probably 1 level 3. Oh, actually, his is odd. Archon shows up only after you have 5 level 1 power plants. Okay, that is a problem, I think. And player level 20, that seems reasonable. But yeah, if I change Archon's appearance to be the same as the other guys, I'm actually going to do that right now. So I'm going to make it 1 level 3 base power plant. So we'll make... Oh, that's interesting. Archon unlocks power, but he's actually looking for industrial. So I actually need... I'm going to change that. We're going to make him... He's going to be looking for... I'm going to clear this. We're going to make him look for power so that it fits the pattern of the others. Alright, let's see here. We're going to go power... Basic. Okay, so now his pattern will follow the others. So as soon as you get a level 3, he will be eligible, so he can pop in and give you early access to advanced after you do his quest. So that's Archon. Let me double. I'm just going to double check that I got these right. Ventilator is checking. Plots active. Building class. Water, basic, yeah. Okay, so now Archon's going to follow the pattern of the others, so that'll make that more likely. I don't believe we have shortcuts to get to the high-tech. But let's check that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if we have... Maybe that's what we need to do, is add that sooner. Let's see... Alright, so we've got quest shortcuts for advanced agricultural from Joe Gallagher and Odette. We've got shortcuts for advanced martial from Gremlin. Okay, let me check. So, okay, so that... See, that could be a spot where we could switch those to high tech. Of Gremlin, I think, unlocks the laser cannon. Or talks about lasers and stuff. And then... Yeah, I actually kind of like that idea of having like a shortcut for each of them. So we could do... Gremlin could make sense for the high-tech martial. Odette could be high-tech agricultural. And I think that the building plans we have associated with them are those things anyway. Like it's the... You know, Gremlin would be the big laser cannon. She's talking about lasers all the time. Odette has... Her farm, I think, is a high-tech farm. And then we would just need to come up with somebody, find somebody in this pile to do the power plant. So I'm just going to think about which settlers talk about power. Like Archon's an obvious one. Let's see here. Unlockable. Any suggestions, guys? That somebody that would make sense here. Let's think about the people who are... So we got Andrew Docker is a tech guy. Let's see here. We've got... Oh, who's the person? There's Andrew Docker. Who's the one in Chapter 2? Into robots. Hold on a second, I've got another. Let me bring out Chapter 2 here. Item, this item. Alan Walsh could be another potential. I kind of like Archon for... Because his talks about like an advanced power plant. He feels to me more like he'd be a good one to switch to high tech and make one of these other guys the advanced instead. Because then what we could do is basically, after you hit level 3 with the previous type, we could force the appropriate character to show up in one of your settlements so that you have a chance to find them. Basically giving players a shortcut, because there's two ways this goes. We have the default way is you just have to hit a certain number of level 3s of a type, and then that will naturally unlock it, and then the characters act as a bypass, because we want the people to pursue these characters to make that, because it's all about people matter is kind of the underlying moral of the story, as it were, for SS2. Oh, I missed your report. If you put the GPU anti-sag rod too close to one of the GPU hands, it hits it repeatedly, making it very loud. Well, that's fun. Did it destroy your fan doing that? Okay, so hold on. Let me write I'm gonna write myself a note here. I really like this plan. I think this could be a good bridge to get people to high tech quicker, which could help solve this the slowness to getting HQ up and running. So I think we got a two-part plan here. So step one, make training plots more attractive. Alright, step two, we'll say ensure we have a settler bypass for all advanced / high-tech classes. And then we will, step 3, force release those settlers once eligible. Okay. So this will be a good start, I think. And then I'll probably make those changes, probably not for this patch, but for the one after that. And then, because this patch I'm pretty much locked on already. I don't want to introduce more potential bugs by changing more things. And then that we can get feedback on and see how it feels. If I overdo it, if I make certain things too easily, like I think the settlers won't be a big deal adding in those bypasses, because that won't impact players who are just playing this kind of like a Factorio style, where they're just not, they're just focused on settlement building. They're not really focused on recruiting new settlers. For those folks, it won't mess with them. But making the training plots cheaper will impact them, so I don't want to go too crazy with it. I might just reduce the food and water requirements slightly so it's not so painful to do it, or maybe make it so that level 1 has no penalty for it, so that you can at least get them started without eating into your resources too badly. Daniel Matthews just looked at Steam notifications, says first half, so sometime in the next 4 days for December patch if taken literal. That'd be nice. Okay, so now I got a game plan to try and ease the power requirement of HQ. I think there's still more to do in HQ, like lots more to do still in HQ. We took some notes when I was doing the earlier quests, and I still have those to sort. But coming up with a game plan one piece at a time, so when I get to the HQ 3.0 update one day, that we'll have tried to address everything. Seto 404, if I remember correctly, Arcanus in the quest talks about his research using coal for power generation, so advanced fits him more because it uses coal. Then he talks about having plans for a new like salt reactor or something. I don't remember what it's called, but he has like some reactor that he's talking about to where that could fit in nicely. Honestly, I'm surprised that we haven't seen, and maybe we have, maybe I just missed it, an add-on try and make a specific building plan for Archon that fits what he describes. It was like a thorium reactor, I think maybe he called it. All right, so HQ is busy here. Let's see. Engineering, upgrades, other antenna upgrade. Here we go. So we're gonna need more facilities people. Interesting. We've got 90 engineering. So we need to bop over some more people into facilities. All right, so we'll start by scheduling this. Ooh, I just see this model is a little bit funky here. It's got some bad normals on it. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to facilities. Reassign staff. We need 11 more strength here. And look who that is, Mama Murphy, with her 19 strength. She's probably already assigned to facilities. Yeah. Mama Murphy and Catherine Drake holding down the fort on their own. Alright, who we got here? Ada, that's a lot of strength, but that's also... Okay, so Codsworth, maybe. What I'm hoping for is I want to get somebody where we're not going to take away a bunch of stats from their department. Doesn't look like we can pull that off, though. Looks like no matter what, we're going to lose significant stats from one department. Rob and Peter to pay Paul here. So we'll take Codsworth because it's about even on engineering. And we have excess engineering right now. And then we just need to find somebody in a department that's underutilized right now. Charisma comes to mind. We're not doing a lot with admin right now. So that's 9. We need 2 more. So let's find a strength 2. Somebody who's not offering a lot. I guess best bang for our buck would be Julie. I think we can afford 15 out of engineering right now because we had 90 and we need 60. Yeah, this should work. And that should give us just enough facilities and still keep enough engineering to pull off the project. It's not going to go right this second because facilities is in the middle of a project, but once they complete their current project, we should be able to pop that one. We also have, we're still in the middle of, is there a doctor in the house? Research a flu, cure to the flu. Okay, we can go try and do that. Alright, we're short food again. That was probably because I was juggling people around in Starlight, so we should probably go sort that. Influenza. I'll just add the science task list. Oh, science is busy. I wonder what they're doing right now. Let's take a look. What active projects are we running? Oh, they're researching the cure to mole rat disease. Fantastic. Okay, so now we've got 2 of our quest projects queued up. Let's go see if we can solve our food situation again. We'll do a little more juggling over at Starlight. Oh, here's that fire we put out before. Actually, you know what? Quick save is a good idea here. Speaking of synths and stuff, did you guys see that thing that the Fallout account put out today? It's called the Ghoul Log, and it starts out with Walter Goggins the Ghoul starting a fire, and he talks about how it's the arm of a fat man, and then he sits down and nods off, and then it kind of turns into like a typical like. There's a lot of these videos on YouTube of like just watching a fire burn, and then it kicks on the radio, and Mr. New Vegas is on there, and I listened to the whole thing today, and I was like, man, he sounds really old, and I realized like, oh, this is newly recorded stuff they got Wayne Newton to do, and at the very end of it, he says something like, It's good to be alive, even though technically I'm not. What the hell does that mean?
You could do some good here.
Is he a synth? Is he a ghoul? Is he AI? Like, is there lore from the base game of New Vegas that I just have forgotten? Or is this something that happens in the TV show? Oh yeah, there we go.
Deal, right?
Yeah, could you get up there and work that thing? Because it's awesome looking when the rare times you see a settler actually sitting in it. Okay, here's our high-tech farm. Can't afford upgrade costs. What do you mean we can't afford upgrade costs? Sure we can. Surely we can. Yeah, we can afford the upgrade costs. Just needed approval. Let's get this thing upgraded. Oh wait, do we not have anybody assigned to it? That would explain it too. Unoccupied, yeah. It's not that they can't afford it really. It's that nobody's working the damn thing. Okay, let's get our handy scanner out here. Find ourselves somebody with some high endurance. Any of you guys?
Just needs a bigger boat.
Charles has got high intelligence.
We need more beds.
Crow is our tax collector. Alright. Mara, let's see. Your endurance is 5. We need an endurance 8. How about you, Silas? You came in talking up your farming ability. Not quite there.
All day on our feet. We need a place to sleep.
Everything's filthy out here.
Oh, Hollis is
I really
not coming with much in the stats department. I think she might be worse than unnamed settler.
This settlement, it's really starting to feel like a home.
Alright, let's see here. Do we have... You know what, I gotta... That was a good point with the training that I... That's actually giving me an idea of... It would be interesting to add a feature to the training plots to be, like, track highest of that stat type. Something like that. To where you could, you know, say you had it running for a while, and once a person hits 10 in their stat, they get unassigned from it, so it would be hard to find it. Because it was nice being able to find all those high intellect settlers by just tracking the owners of that building. It would be cool to also be able to track down people who are, like, alumni. Like, track alumni would be cool. So where you could see all the people who graduated from it with the 10 Java junkie. Nice. That could be an interesting feature. Alright, but for now I think what we'll do is we'll actually build a endurance training here. We don't have a whole lot of recreation here at all. Was there a character in their games where they're just a face on a computer like Arnim Zola in Captain America? I mean, that's kind of what... yeah, there's been several characters like that who've turned out to be computers. I was just curious about Mr. New Vegas of, like, was he a computer and I just didn't remember that? I heard an urban legend long ago that he was a computer program. Not sure if true. Wiki says Mr. New Vegas is AI. Oh. Did not know that. Is there a way to find that out in the game? But I would assume you're right, John, that there's some in the early Obsidian games. There's some characters that are just computers, because they definitely had they had a thing in the lore that was like a computer that could hold somebody's brain, so not just the robo brains, but it could like download their mind into a computer. I think that's the thing that that we use in our lore. Where do I want to stick this thing? I guess right here. Just kind of filling out the available space. It's an AI creative astronaut. I think he reveals that near the end of the game. I don't remember that, but that's awesome. And it makes a lot more sense of that line that I heard in the little Christmas music thing today I was listening to. All right, endurance training. We need some better farmers here. The crack house, wasteland gym. Yeah, let's try. What crazy thing does Pra have for us? Alright, let's read this wiki entry about Mr. New Vegas. Artificial intelligence created by Mr. House before the Great War. Oh, the source is from a non-game. Hold on a second. Oh my god, the ads on these wikis, man. They're basically unusable. Came from a behind the scenes, the many voices in New Vegas on Bethesda's blog. So it came from some interviews, so it's not even like, you can't even find that out in the game. That's interesting. Okay, so now this says we have another. Let's see here. Track occupants. It says we don't have one. But that says we do have an occupant. Let's see here. Status operational. Okay, let's try it again. Upgrade. Hey, there it goes. Okay. I don't know why whatever we did worked, but I will take it. Ooh. So you should use the DuckDuckGo Chrome extension, blocks intrusive stuff, and provides private search. So use it for years. Nice.
It's not a home until it has its own home.
Okay, let's see if this solves our food problem. Improvements on their farm at Starlight. Fantastic.
A day of hard work.
Alright, let's find our desk.
Thank you for all your help.
It's so funny the way the relaxation markers work in Fallout. Where just like everybody goes to the first one that the game finds. This is not my desk. It's up here, I think. At one point, I don't remember if I released it ever for... where did I put that? I made a mod at one point that fixes this. Like, I figured out a change to the AI package that would allow them to scatter. I don't know what I did with it. I'm pretty sure I released it at some point, but I don't know. It's not on its own mod. It must be on, like, an optional file on a page. It might be on an optional file on SS1, to be honest. I'm gonna go check in a minute, because... I should make like a a mod of like my little tweaks to the game that I have, because I have a few little utilities I've made over the years that are just Just minor improvements, just as experiments. Then I'm like, I don't want to edit vanilla stuff, but if I had a mod that was like vanilla edits to try and improve certain things about settlements, I think some folks would enjoy that. All right, needs report. All right, let's see here. Food. Network surplus 24. Okay, we need a little bit more. Because I don't think the... Well, does the network needed count HQ? I don't believe it does. I think that's the thing. We need network surplus enough to cover HQ. So we had 30-ish people in HQ, so we need a little bit more food still. What's the situation with this one? Let's see. Basic farm. Can we upgrade you? Let's try. Choose building plan. See if this one lets us go to advanced. Okay, no. So the person assigned there doesn't have much endurance. We did have a couple of people with higher endurance, but alright, we'll try this one next. Choose building plan. This one already looks to be advanced. Okay. Alright, we can untrack this guy now. I can find the sensor. Well, when you can't find the sensor, just activate the ground. Untrack occupants. This one is a basic. Alright, try our luck here. Choose building plan. Advanced. Here we go. This person is ready for the big leagues. Alright. We're just gonna grab everything. We'll let it randomize. Accept. Sure. And pay and build. Carbon Kid, I don't know if you answered my question. Did you and the team have an idea with S2 to add a way to enter and or destroy the Institute? No, we talked, I mean, at one point we talked about, like, do we want to do an alternate ending, and decided instead we wanted to accept whatever ending the player chose and then incorporate it. So depending on which ending you do in the game, different things will happen during Chapter 3. So you'll have, there's some side quests that come up. There are options to ally with people. So instead of changing the base game, we just react to it. We try, that's kind of our MO with all how we operate in all the games. In Skyrim, in Fallout, in Starfield is respect the base material, work around it, and try to enhance it. But like enhancing it indirectly. Like we don't want to modify it. We want, if people, you know, if there's players who, like the thing is we always look at it like players who are still playing these games today must love something about the base. And even if there are, you know, even if there are things you personally don't like about the base story in any given game, there are some other people who do like that. Or maybe there's one thing you don't like and there are some other people who do. So trying to pick and choose what we decide is canon and not is just not worth it. So instead we just, okay, everything that happens in the base game is canon, and we will provide other ways to interface with that. So for SS2 it was we have different moments where you can grab the factions of your choice as allies. It happens during Chapter 2 and during Chapter 3. In Chapter 3 we kind of imply that it's like a permanent allyship. Even though there's not really a lot of mechanics that back it up, we do unlock, after you ally with them, you unlock some new units if you want to build up your army. But otherwise, it's mostly just RP. Alright, let's see what this guy is producing for us. 17 food. Alright. I don't think that's going to be quite enough. I don't think that's a ton more than the plot was already creating. In fact, it might be less. It might have went down a bit. But it will, in the long term, go higher. It's pretty much always worth it to upgrade plot classes if you can. I didn't see the Rex scatter file in any published SS1 mod page. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where I put that. Maybe I pulled it down. I'm sure I released it at some point. I wonder if I had just released it on a forum or something. Okay, networks are plus 28, so we're still a little bit shy. Alright, let's go check out Sanctuary, see if we can pull the same stunt. Step 3 meant to be after the main sword is an intertwine. You can do it whenever you want. We have reactions no matter when you do it. So, if you do it early, if you finish the base game early, then we have stuff that will happen early, and then that can intertwine. I would say it's probably, if you want to get the most out of things, it really doesn't matter. We try to react to whatever order you want to do it in. I will say that there are some things that will only happen if you complete the base game before Chapter 3. So, that could be a reason to do it, but we tried to come up with a solution to every scenario, no matter what order you do the faction quest lines in. You know, whether you complete the base game first or last, we try to react to it no matter what. And you guys can thank Sarik for that, he spends a lot of time thinking about that stuff. Yes, he doesn't. It just feels like this thing should just be howling with obnoxious noise, with all the slot machines in there. Okay, let's see if we can find ourselves any agricultural plots here. I know we have a few tucked away. I think I put them in the backyards here. You know what? Let's go to flight mode. Here we go. Alright, let's see. What's you, buddy? Ooh, this one can do high tech. You must have a very endurant settler here. How many advanced farms do we have, or high tech farms do we have? Oh wow, we got a whole bunch here. Oh, Peskies, that's right. I guess I don't really care. Meat fruit, sure. I should get the cost prompt now. No cost prompt, which might mean that no one was actually signed to that plot yet. So we should probably check that first. Where is our ASAM sensor here? Operational, alright. Random high tech. Sure, keep this option. Aquaponic melon farm was listed as advanced. I wonder if I accidentally tagged them as high tech. Because I'm 99% certain I just selected high tech there. Let's go double check. Choose building plan. No, they're high tech. Aquaponics. Oh, just there's the melon farm is incorrectly labeled as high tech. And I think I fixed the other ones in another patch and I just missed the melon farm. I can fix that really quick while we're waiting for these to build. So let's see here. We need to go to let's see, none. Miscellaneous message. Oh no, it's gonna be in the it's gonna be in the description here. Where did we put that building? Is that a building plan that's in? I think it's in the base. Or did we only put that in? Is that only an extended? That might be an extended building plan. Actually, you know what? It'll say it in here. Fox finishing operation. Okay. We'll go to another one then. So, if we look at the name of the thing... Okay, it's in Chapter 2. Interesting. I don't remember putting that in there, but I believe it. This is to C2... farm. And then we'll look at our message records. There it is. High-tech farm. Aquatonics melon. Oh, I remember it's an object mod is how we do those descriptions. High-tech farm, aquaponics, melon. Let's bring this up here. There it is, still says advanced. Let's get that fixed. There we go. Melon farm will be fixed for not tomorrow, or not Friday's patch, but the next one. Thank you so much. Okay, let's find our city planner's desk and see how we're doing on the food now. Generating needs report. 72 network surplus. There we go. Alright, so now HQ should be quite happy. Let's pop in and see how we're doing. Now, I know none of my big projects are finished yet because we would have got a quest objective update, but that's alright. Comic Investigator, what are your favorite human companions in Fallout and Starfield? I was gonna say Nick Valentine, but he's not human, is he? In Fallout, who's my favorite of them? Probably McCready, mostly because of nostalgia for Fallout 3. It's just funny to think of Little Lamplight McCready coming to DC and becoming a character in this. In Starfield, I am I have the only one that I'll say the only one I tolerate in Starfield is Andresia. I think oh man, the volume over in this section is very loud. There's some quirk with the way Barrett's dialogue set up that he talks too much, and I really despise what's his name? The cowboy. Why can't I think of his name? Anyway, I like the voice actor. I hate the character. I think like he's like the worst father imaginable. I just don't like him.
Why, hello.
Sam, thank you. Yeah, I really hate Samco. So I can tell you who I hate the most. Andresia I like. I wish they would have done something different with Shattered Space. Like the I kind of liked House Varun being kind of mystical, more mystical, instead of it's just like, oh, they're more like, I don't know, set up to be more like, oh, they're they're doing drugs and tripping out to get to where they're at, and they're spiritual, but they're not like, they don't actually have like mystic space powers. And I thought that was more interesting to think that maybe they really do have a serpent god that they tap into. Instead it was like they're just drinking ayahuasca or something and having some crazy trips as their thing. Became less interesting to me when they did that. And then by proxy, Entrasia became less interesting to me. Okay, so we've got facilities keeping real busy right now. They are maxed out. I don't know if that means they're doing our project, but we can check. Alright, there we go. Food is in great shape again. 60 out of 60. Manage the view task list. This is what I want. No, I don't want their task list actually. Wait, manage science task list. Hold on a second. That's either a bug or view task list, and it shows manage science task list. Okay, actually I'm gonna write this down. I don't know how this will. Okay, there it goes. Now it says manage facilities. That was weird. That might be a bug, but I don't understand why it would work one time and not the other. That's very odd. But we actually don't want their task list. We want their manage projects, which you actually do slightly different spot. Actually do that from here. View active projects. Research. Okay, classy staff lounge is what they're building. And then research cure mole rat disease. Exit menu. Alright, I'm going to double check one more time. Do we have enough? Yeah, we have plenty of engineering, plenty of facilities, so they should be able to do our project. We just need them to wrap up the one they're currently doing. Oh, I should put a big Christmas tree in here. That'd be pretty funny. We have support for holiday decorations. Like the system supports it. We just never set them up. So that would be one of those things. That would be an easy add-on pack addition. And they would react. The holiday are set up to react to the time of year, just like the plots are. So if somebody wanted to make an add-on that was just holiday decorations for all of the HQ rooms, you could definitely do it. HQ's got some complications to it though that makes that not as simple. Like it kind of has to be one for each room as opposed to just being like, and I mean like each room design. So for example, this room design over here is like medical lab quadrant, and you would have to do a custom holiday decorations for this specific design. You can't just do them for like, oh, I want to do holiday decorations for this whole circle. It's not set up to support something like that, unfortunately. There are cases where it would make sense for it to do that, but we knew that there'd be a lot of overlapping to do that, so. HQ is one of those things where because we made it so open-ended, that in some ways it's kind of hurt by its own open-endedness, because that means everything gets more complicated. I was really hoping I would be able to loot some of this. Okay, and normally right now I would go and talk to the Ron, but we have that bug in my save right now where one of the settlers that he sent us to find is bugged out. Works fine in a new game, just he's just wonky. And so we can't get any new recruitment options from the Ron until I fix that. I do have it on my short list of fixes for next patch to get a tool in to clear up that issue for anybody else who has it. Did not make it in for this round though. We ran into a kind of a emergency situation. Somebody found a really bad bug in Rise of the Commonwealth where all the plots were duplicating, so that had to be my priority to fix for this patch, and that took quite a while to sort out. Red painted sentry bot named Santa. You want one of those wandered around HQ? I mean, I guess you could go make that, right? Hit the workbench, hit the robot workbench. Spin up Santa. Isn't that a Futurama thing? The Santa bot? Or is that a different cartoon I'm thinking of? Look at this, the rare sunny day. That only is happening because I was using Workshop Plus and I went to Workshop Mode. So if you're ever upset about how dark and gloomy it is over here, just pop into Workshop Mode with Workshop Plus and with the automatic weather clearing on, and you'll get brief sunny weather for the GNN area. Found a gunner. That's another project I need to put on my to-do list for one of these random patches is an F4SE. It doesn't even need to be a plugin. Like, you can do this with F4SE's Papyrus script extensions, but just adding a little system in SS2 to detect if you've got F4SE and you've completed certain quest lines to disable respawning on the cell. It'd be real nice to have the cell stop respawning after you take over HQ. Same with the Nightingale's area. Stop the random gunners from respawning out of there. Concord, stop the raiders from respawning. All that would feel good. The raiders, I feel, is the least bad feeling because it just looks like periodically when you run into town that some idiot raiders tried to make a run on the place and they get taken out. But in this, like, the way the gunners appear in here and in at the Nightingale's HQ feels really dumb, especially with their what do you call it? Their turrets that respawn here. And then also, I think I've already run the Scrub Gunner Logos project, and it just doesn't stick. And I think that's part of because of the cell resets, which is a real bummer. We can actually, I can double check that. Let me see if I have actually run. Maybe I didn't run that project yet on this save. Let's see, clean up. Other. Oh no, I didn't do it. Okay, let's run it. We'll add it to the queue. Yeah, we'll add it to the queue. I'm curious if it'll stick after the cell resets. My guess is it will not. No, the textures aren't pre-combined. They're some of them are assets like these, like they're actually on there, and then others of them are projected decals. So here's there's a real interesting thing with these projected decals. If you set them up in the world with an enable parent, they will appear the first time you load into the cell, and then the next time you come back, they'll be gone. It's very odd. I'm sure it's some weird engine bug that they just never ran into because they probably didn't set up any decals like that. Okay, you know what we'll do while we're waiting for HQ to do its thing is we will do a quick tour of our high happiness settlements to see if we've got any random new settlers at the bars. If there are any stragglers that are, let me know. I'll enable parent them. Yeah, I don't think there are any stragglers that get messed up in the pre-combines. But even if they were, the way we clean them up is we reference them. We have references to them stored in a quest alias, so we wouldn't be able to get those ones anyway. We would need a special patch for PRP then to do that.
Yes?
Minutemen coming through.
General?
If you work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
Let's check the bar. That's where all the new folks will be hanging out. Is there a way to remove the cell from the reset list? It would that cause more problems? Yeah, you can. There's an F4SC function that can turn off
You should know. People have been complaining.
reset on a cell at runtime. And all the reset does is it resets all the loot containers. It will respawn any enemies that are supposed to be there.
Yes?
And there's a few other minor changes that it can revert, but it kind of resets most of the cell back to its state before you got there, which has a couple of benefits. One, it ensures that there's constantly content for you. The other is that it doesn't need to maintain that state in your save file anymore. So over time, it can reset the cell, and then it can drop all that data from your save file, all the data about that cell, all the edits to the cell. So it can help manage file size. That's the real reason that cells have a reset. I'm sure most of us would probably think it would be cooler if as you cleared out the world, those enemies were gone forever. But the real reason is the primary reason is
Got work to do.
preventing your save file from becoming infinite sized. Let's see. Colin says, I don't recall, do the gunners keep respawning everywhere in game after the Battle of Quincy? Yeah, all their respawns are set up again, and yeah, that's something we could do. We could go through and turn all those off after that to help make that feel more realistic. Although we have dialogue commentary on that so that we don't have to do that, to be like, oh, there'll always still be stragglers. But I do like the idea of at least turning off the respawns in the places that you take over, right? Whether it be because you took it over as a territory, or you took it over as part of a quest. I'll probably just do the quest specific locations because of that save file bloat problem. I don't want to, if I did every place that you captured, your save could get real obnoxious. All right, let's see here. So we're not seeing anybody new, I don't think, here.
We need more beds.
Thanks, Joe. What's our bed situation here? No, you don't need more beds. You're wrong. You're confused. Oh, hold on a second.
Well, the farm's not
Can we trade a
much.
few things?
A few more houses would do wonders.
All right, hold on. Let's check Joe's dialogue, see if it's misconditioned. This is to Joe Gallagher.
I need to get back to Diamond City one of these days.
Miscellaneous dialogue.
Biggest town I ever saw.
Bed
A few more
short.
houses would do wonders.
Thank you, Joe. All right, let's see. Is the workshop player owned, and is rating missing beds greater than 0? Let's see. All right, so now we check Joe Gallagher. Get linked ref. Oops. Linked ref workshop item keyword. This will tell us which settlement he's linked to, which should be Sunshine, which it is. I recognize this ID. And then we run help missing beds, oops, for AVIF, which will tell us the ID for the actor value, and then we do get value 12723B to check out what the missing beds rating is on the settlement. It is 4. So according to the settlement, it believes that there are 4 missing beds.
Hope you ain't one of them
even though we
simps
can see
here to
it's
spy
actually
on
the
me.
opposite. We have 4 beds more than we need. So that's fun. Thanks, Fallout 4. Okay, so it doesn't look like any new folks showed up here. Let's try our luck at the next spot. Abernathy. We don't own that though, so I don't think we have. Well, maybe I don't actually know how that. Yeah, I guess we kind of do. It's a city plan in there. That's not. We didn't do pre-build for this. I was gonna say, how does? I'm actually not sure how the recruitable settlers react with the pre-build system. I don't know if I accounted for that or not. That's interesting. That actually could make it. That could be add a lot of enjoyment to the pre-build system, right? When you're wandering around inside of the settlement, if you could stumble upon a settler who is looking for help. Would it be possible to just convert their faction, turn them into scavengers or something? I mean, you kind of could, but you wouldn't be able to do it fast enough. So this is one of the things I have to overhaul with the Chapter 3 soldier mechanics is we rely a lot on AI controlling, and we can't do it until after you're in the cell, and so there's a lot of periods where the scripts can't react fast enough before the combat of the AI kicks in. And so you'll see it with, like, after you capture a settlement, the all the turrets will keep shooting at you for a while, even though you've liberated it, for example. Or you capture a settlement and you'd expect all the turrets to stop firing on you, and sometimes they'll even start firing on your settlers, because each of those is technically an actor with AI, and we just can't react fast enough to the to all the combat code, because the combat code has a higher priority and is done at engine level. So even if we were to try and like catch you loading into an area where the gunners were, by the time we were able to fetch them with code, like they would this is one of those plots that when I was talking about the collection and not wanting stuff that's too unimmersive, this is one of those that will feel real weird if you get this and you're not prepared for it. It looks super cool, but it does not make any sense. Anyway, distracted. So if I set up some code to try and fetch all the gunners at runtime, it wouldn't be fast enough. They'd already be in combat by the time we fetched them, so they'd probably either be dead or have done enough damage where it wouldn't really feel good. That's one of those things we would need some sort of script extender solution. Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You guys don't bury your dead? I don't see any unique folks in there.
Yeah?
Huh?
Oh, that's a mannequin. I was like, that's a weird looking person. Okay, nobody here. Alright. Red Rocket is empty. Yeah, I could check Sanctuary. Thanks to the vanilla issue, you can have 15 sellers and 40 beds and you still have the beds situation audio. It should be something we can fix with Workshop Framework, because the code that sets the workshop rating missing beds is done as part of the workshop scripts. I would just need to figure out where the bug is in the workshop scripts and change it, because we have rewritten. I tried not to rewrite the entirety of the workshop scripts. I tried because I wanted to keep all of the existing hooks in so other mods that were relying on them could still function. But in theory, we could rewrite it all. The same thing with the, I think I've talked about that well, I know I've talked about it. I'm sure you guys have heard me vent about how bad the assignment code is in Fallout, and we have rewritten a lot of it in Workshop Framework to accommodate things like triple assignment and stuff. But I still didn't rewrite like the core way it works with unassigning people from all their owned items and stuff, and it's super duper slow. So there's some things we could still fix because of Workshop Framework, where we could fix a little bit more. It's just not something I've taken the time to do, because messing with the workshop scripts is dangerous because there's so many mods that depend on the settlement system. So I feel like Workshop Framework is in a pretty good shape. I think there's a couple of things, like for example, I'm told that the system that we have for, what is it called? Hold on, let me find it, because I can't remember the name of it now. If I go to Workshop Framework, and I go to, no, I want settlement gameplay. the one that allows the... So we have a thing that we fixed in the base game. Production fix, this right here. So there's a bunch of code that implies Bethesda was trying to cap how much food, water, and junk were produced in the base game. And we have this production fix here. And it used to be enabled by default. And it would prevent the settlement from, you know, just accumulating infinite water, because they didn't want an exploit like that to be able to farm caps and break the economy. We had a fix in there, and a lot of people complained that I broke their ability to become a water baron. And I kind of agreed with them that the goal of the stated goal of Workshop Framework is to maintain base game functionality and just add the ability to expand it. So then I added that fix in as an optional and set it's off by default, but a lot of people tell me that it still blocks water production. But I do feel like every time I come to this settlement, I have like infinite purified water in here. So yeah, I feel like I did fix it, but maybe not. I don't know. But you can see that food and water production just gets crazy if you don't have the production fix on. You just get super rich, which, you know, the code says that was not their intention to let players get super rich. They had a bug in it, and so. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure I have just a boatload of purified water in my inventory we can go sell off. We've been doing so little combat. The last few runs, we wait a second. Oh, that wasn't done. All right, we've been doing so little combat. I haven't had to do my ammo scanning.
Let's see what you have. Feel free to test the grips.
Okay, we need to see. Do we have? I might have handed this off to the dog already. He may be my water farming pooch right now. Yeah, hold on, buddy. We gotta get... Where's our dog at? Come here, doggo.
Hey.
Yep. 283 purified water. Thanks, dog meat.
Got some great stuff, if you're interested.
Yes, I will take all of your ammo, and I will give you all of my water. Aid. I want to give you this. And I want to take... what do we need? 50 cal. Gamma rounds. Shotgun shells. And then because I'm not playing survival, it often ends up being worth it to just take whatever random ammo, because I can... That at least has no weight versus the purified water. We don't want that much. You can take that back and that back. Nope. Those were worth a lot, huh? Thanks, buddy. And then we'll take your ammo.
Sell just about everything, but none of it is scrap.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Odds and ends.
Alright, we need your 50 cal, gamma rounds, shotgun shells, and then we'll give you all this trash ammo we just picked up. Thank you. Now I did see some objectives updates, so I want to go pop back down to HQ and see where we're at. Alright, let's see where we're at here. I wonder if this project... I feel like this project's been running for a long-ass time here. It's probably still... Oh, no, that one's done now. Something else is running, okay.
Oh, hi, boss.
The facilities department has successfully
Yeah.
referred another set of bathrooms for your improved convenience.
What do we have running now? Let's see here. HQ, view active projects. I don't think it's the project we want. No, communal kitchen. Scrub off gunner logos. Research cure mole rat disease. Okay. The disease makes sense. That'll take a long time. But yeah, it's still not running the project we wanted, the antenna. Which is because it's a multi-department thing. This is a problem. I tried to explain it a few streams ago. Well, it's probably... I have no idea how long ago it's been. But there's a small issue with the multi-interdepartment projects, is that it's very hard to disperse the energy in an efficient way. With the limitations of what we can do with Papyrus. So, calculating out the optimal way to use it across multiple departments is a challenge. So instead, to speed things up, I just have it iterate over each department and find anything in the task list it can do and just let it do it. And so if, for example, engineering tries to run its projects and it sees that one of its projects requires facilities energy and facilities is busy, it will just skip that project. We have some more gunner respawns. Good luck. Did we get him? Oh, it's a raider this time. I wonder if we actually got a rare HQ attack. So there's actually an HQ attack system that I think most of you never experience because it needs to be retuned. Another thing for the pile of HQ work I have left to do. But there was always meant to be, that was going to be one of the primary functions of the security department, is you were going to have regular assaults on HQ. So periodically you'd come back and there'd be a little war going on out here. But it does not happen very often, and it's not very impressive, as you see there. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Improvements on your factory sanctuary hills? No, that's not what we're looking for. Task list again. Assigned by you. Teresa's quarters. Wait a second. Exit menu. Oh, is the other one an engineering project? Hold on a second. Manage. Task list. Assigned by you. Yes, the intent upgrade is this. Okay. Let's view cost again. Make sure we're not missing something. Facilities energy. It says we need 500 surplus power. No, that can't be right. It can't be that we're missing 5. Oh, that's what it is. Hold on a second. I think I see what the issue is. So I believe that our problem is that I don't have enough capacity in our power rooms right now. I gotta check that right now. We should. I'm pretty sure I upgraded the power room already, but we're gonna double check. Because if our capacity is less than 500, then of course we're not gonna have enough to do what we need to do. So I need to set a hotkey here to see this. to see all the details of this. Okay, we're going to set this to K. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, here we go. So our max power right now is 882. Okay, yeah, we have plenty. So that is incorrect when it says we are short. So in that case, it's just like a little HUD issue here. So that the power showing a that it's missing is just a bug. The facilities energy, yes, we know we're missing that. Let's see if we can pay and start project. Exit menu. Yeah, it's not going to let us do it because facilities is busy right now. So one of the things we can do to force it to happen is we can turn off the task list. So if we go to some settlements too, gameplay, go down to HQ. So this is what I recommend people do if they're trying to get specific things done, is turn off the task list here and turn off, you can turn off automated departments and turn off the task list. I'm actually going to leave the task list on. We're just going to turn off automated departments.
Location.
So you're really one of them Balters.
And now when it finishes up the current projects, it should... Actually, we could cancel some projects too. Let's see here. View. Active projects. What we want basically is for them to stop doing what they want and do specifically what we want them to do. So we're going to take you. Cancel. Accept. Cancel project.
John, from your other John.
Now when it finishes canceling this, it should pop that window back up.
That's a good one.
I might be wrong about that though.
How are you?
Regarding bathroom amenities, the facilities department has successfully refurbished another
Try running again, see what
bathroom
happens.
for improved convenience.
No, the communal kitchen is still there. Next, and then we will cancel this project as well. This might take a moment. Alright, now we're going to see if we restore our facilities energy. Canceled successfully. Exit menu. We should get another pop-up telling us that it successfully canceled the other one.
How's it going, eh?
There we go. Alright, exit this menu. Alright, let's see if we get our facilities energy back here. There we go. Got our energy back. Okay, so now we will... Alright, and now it started our project because we left the task list enabled, but we disabled automation, which automation means that they will choose their own projects to start. In this case, it's only going to... Right now, because I have task list enabled, it's only going to do the projects that I queue up. So, that is how you can force your stuff to get finished if you're feeling like they're just ignoring the projects you want. Often it's because they're multi-department projects. They can get kind of stuck. Notice mole rat cure. Are there any other smallish mods fixes you've implemented into SS2 core files? So the mole rat disease cure, I don't think we have it set up to impact the player. I think that was something on our, like, that'd be a fun thing to do, and I don't think we ever implemented it. Instead, it's mole rat disease is just a disease that can hit your settlers, and that's a cure for your settlers. So I don't believe we have it set up to cure the player, though.
I've never lost anyone.
All right, well, we've got our antenna project running. Got things sorted there. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn automation back on, because generally I do like automation. It's just for these quest moments it can be, it can slow things down quite a bit. But I do want to turn it back on before we end the night, which is going to happen in just a moment here, because I will forget that I turned it off. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining me. There should be, barring some catastrophe, a patch from us on Friday. I was waiting for Bethesda to put out their patch, but I don't see when that's happening, and I would love to get this bug fix patch out before the TV show drops, because I know that's going to bring a lot of new players. And speaking of those new players, I will also be dropping this weekend, hopefully also on Friday, the new SS2 starter collections. So I do plan on, for those of you who are add-on pack authors, I do plan on adding a section to the forums dedicated to these collections for discussion. So if folks want to debate over whether something should be included or not, or if we want to report specific bugs for things that are in those collections, we'll have a central place to do that. But thank you guys for joining me, and I will catch you